Hi everyone. Today we are going to explain the third part of the chapter 10 entitled the quadratic trinomials. So first of all, we need to know that in the previous session we explained the expansion using the perfect quadratic expansion formula and also the difference formula. So we have a three formula that we should be very careful when using it and adopting one of them. In this session, we will explain the reverse path going from expanded form to factored form, like using factorization. So in this session, we will explain first of all, if we have, for example, this two factors, and you want to expand them. So we will obtain x squared plus a factor a plus b x plus ab. So normally, if we originally have a quadratic expression and we want to go and turn back to its factored form, so how to proceed? Okay, how to proceed? The response and the answer is in the following slides. Okay, so we have a quadratic equation of the form x squared plus a x plus b. We should know that any quadratic expression to your level, I'm talking about your knowledge level, should be factorized in the form x plus a by x plus b. How? First of all, we should know that x squared plus plus 5x plus 6 should be written as x plus a times x plus b. But first of all, we should know that we have this term and this numerical part are very important, because you should know that this term plus 6, for example, is like the product AB. And we know that the product of two numbers is very important to show us the sign, because if the product is negative, for example, so the signs of A and B are different, are the opposite. One is negative and the other is positive. And then we proceed basing on the sum. Plus 5 here is the sum of AB. It is like A plus B, as we can remark clearly from the previous formula, that any x plus a, x plus b can be written x squared plus the sum x plus the product of a by b, or we can also take it back. Okay, so let's move to analyze such situations. So you should know that the constant term is the product of A and B. The constant, we mean 6, and the sign indicates adding or subtracting. Good. So you should know that, for example, here, the two numbers that add to give 5, and the product is 6. Which are, it is like a riddle, and we know we wanted to solve it. A riddle, puzzle, we want to solve it. Two numbers, their product is 6. We know to obtain 6 is like 6 by 1 or 3 by 2. And if we add it, we obtain a 5. So if we add it, obtain a 5. Like, so normally it is the second suggestion, 2 plus 3 equal to 5. So normally the two numbers that we are looking for are 3 and 2. And easy, the same for the others. But we should take to analyze in this way. It is easier and easier work about these type of riddles. For example, we have we have an x squared plus 9x plus 20. Good. So normally I start, if you want to ask my advice, I recommended you to start with the constant, because you know the constant term is the product, and by using the product, you can and the sign of the product here is the plus 20. plus 20 positive. So yes, we can have an idea about the signs of A and B. A and B are of the same sign because the product of two of the same sign give us positive, and different sign, opposite sign give us the product, a negative product. Okay, same sign could be positive or could be negative, but if the two are positive, so the sum is positive, and both are negative, so the sum is negative. Easy, easy, easy. So the sum here equal to plus 9. So when the sum is positive, so both are positive. So both A and B are positive. What is the riddle here? A and B equal to 20, and we know 20 we can obtain it by 20 by 1 or 2 by 10 or 5 by 4. Okay, and if we ask about, if we want to also verify the second condition, A plus B equal to 9, so it is obviously 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5, so we can write it as x plus A, 4, and x plus B, the secondary, is 5. Okay, so the first one is done. Here, for example, we should be very aware about the constant. The constant, the constant in the quadratic equation here is 14 positive, so A and B are of the same sign. But I'm talking about yes. But the sum, the sum is negative. When the sum of these two numbers that we are looking for are negative, so A and B are both negative. Good, because the sum is negative and both are of the same sign, and their sum equal negative, so so A and B are both negative. So yes, what are the two numbers that we multiply to obtain 14 and we add to obtain minus 9? Obviously are 7 and 2, minus 7, sorry, and minus 2. So we can take, we can put it as x plus minus 7 minus 7, and x plus minus 2 is equal to x minus 2. And you can also complete this one by yourself. And the third situation, different situation here, for example, we have the product is negative, or product is negative, so A and B are of positive signs, and we can put that A is the negative and B is the positive, and it is not a big deal. The sum is minus 5. The sum is minus 5. The sum is minus 5. So normally the numerical part of the negative part is greater, because it dominates when adding it to the positive. It dominates its sign dominates the sign of the positive. So normally it is greater. The negative is greater than the positive number. So actually, which are the numbers to multiplying them to obtain minus 24 and adding them to obtain minus 5 normally are 8 and 3, and actually minus 8 and 3, because you know we said before that the negative number is the greatest, has the greatest numerical part, so minus 8, and the remaining is, the rest is 3. These are, please complete carefully the rest of the exercises to assess yourself, to train yourself about these three different situations and how to use it. It is only one formula. We should enter in details and understand the details of this formula to know how to factorize any given quadratic expression. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.